Hey guys, what's going on? It's QZone here. So before we jump into today's video, I just want to wish you guys are having a great day so far. I apologize for the last videos. I know that the editing was shit. I pretty much was just trying out different editing softwares, trying to see which one I wanted to work with the most. Thought I was gonna settle on a few of them, obviously, because I was trial and error, and I think I might settle on the one that I'm using now. So if I end up settling on this one, I'm probably going to take down the other videos and then re-upload them using this software, but I haven't really figured it out yet, but I'm in the process. But without further ado, guys, let's jump into today's life story. So today's life story is going to be my first time running from the police. And I think the only time, but anyways, let's jump straight into it. So pretty much, you know, back in high school when you're hanging out with your boys and everything, you know, you always have that like comforting place that you can go to with your friends where you guys can do whatever you're gonna do, you know, without anybody else bothering you or interrupting, that type of thing. You know, like a safe haven. And we used to go to this one place. I don't know why it was our safe haven, especially with what we would do there. Like, I don't know why it was our safe haven, but we would always go to this place, and it was an abandoned psychiatric center in Long Island, New York, where I'm from. And it's been abandoned for, I don't know, maybe about 10, 15 years. Don't quote me. If you do end up finding out which one it is, I don't know how long it's been abandoned for, but it's been a while. And pretty much the whole building is dilapidated, meaning it's just fucking falling apart. There's shit everywhere. Everything's broken from like vandalism and all that kind of shit. There's also asbestos everywhere because the building was made in like 1930 or 40 or something like that. So there's asbestos like floating through the air. Like, we would go in there with flashlights, right? And we would beam our flashlight, and you would just see like raining down asbestos. Like, it was complete biohazard. Like, it was like a CDC convention. It was just fucking, it was crazy. And most of the time, some of us would be lazy. We wouldn't bring masks, or we wouldn't even bring like a bandana or something to wrap around our mouths, or I don't know, a shirt to like tie around our mouths. Like, a lot of us didn't even do that. We would just say, fuck it, we don't have any of that, you know, forgot it, whatever. And we would just press on and just go through. So pretty much, we were going through the building one day, and we were having trouble finding an entrance. The weird thing about this building is there was a lot of other people that would go there kind of like after dark, because during the day you were actually allowed to go there. You were restricted from entering the building. If you did enter the building, it was kind of at your own risk. So the state couldn't take responsibility, or the county, if you got injured or, you know, died, which are very, very, very strong possibilities, because that building was just completely fucked. So pretty much we went like after dark, probably around sundown, and at that point, any access into the building is strictly prohibited. You can be jailed, fined, the whole nine. So pretty much, yeah, this is like a big no-no. So me and all my boys, we were like, well, you know what? We really don't got shit to do tonight. Why don't we just go there? We can check it out. Let's just chill and do whatever over there. So we were all set on that. So we were like, all right, let's go. So we got in my friend's truck, drove out there, and it's a little bit of a hike, maybe about an hour drive. So, you know, we drove up there, and by the time we get there, we're already fucked. You know, we're like, we're in no shape to go scale into this fucking, you know, CDC diseased trap that we fucking found and go up to the top floor, because we would always go to the top floor, which was like, I don't know, if you were standing from the bottom looking up, it almost looked like a skyscraper. Like, that's how fucking large this building was. And getting to the top took forever, especially if you're breathing in asbestos and you can't fucking breathe already. It's fucking impossible. So pretty much we'd go all the way to the top after we found an entrance, which, like I said, took fucking forever. I think we settled on this fucking, like, old wooden ladder that was, like, over a, kind of like a ditch, I guess. There was a bunch of rebar down there and fucking steel bars and concrete and shit. So, and it was like a 20-foot drop. So if that fucking ladder cracked and just snapped in half while you're on it, you're probably gonna die. So I don't know why we chose that, because they have tunnels that go underneath the psychiatric center. Do not know what they're for. I have no idea. But they do have tunnels, and me and all the bros were like, nah, not trying to go through any tunnels, We were thinking of some Shawshank Redemption, type stuff, where the dude's going through the tunnel, and it's all shit. So we were like, yeah, we're not gonna go through the tunnel. So went over this rickety-ass ladder, we got in there, and, we start going up to the top floor. We're hanging out up there, we're doing whatever we're doing, chilling. And, we see a patrol car kind of going around the building in a circle. And now we're on the very top floor, so you can see for miles. Like on a clear day, you can see almost endlessly. You have the best view. And pretty much, we see him circling. He gets out, because we're playing music and it's echoing, so he can hear it. And he gets on this little loudspeaker and he's like, come down off the building right now. And we're like, fuck that, we're not fucking coming, we just got up here. And he's like, I repeat, get off the building. You will get hurt and you probably will die. And we were like, oh god, we're so threatened. So we were like, all right, you know what, we're not fucking getting down. We settled on that. We're staying up here. So pretty much our time came, eventually you gotta come down off this fucking building at some point. Not gonna fucking sleep up there. And pretty much, we're like, all right, well now we aggravated the fucking cop. He brought his 2 other cop buddies with him, so there's now 3 of them in squad cars, and they were kind of all around the building. And he was like, we'll wait here all night. And we were all like, all right. So, and boy did they. They waited for a while because we were up there for a few hours. And pretty much, start heading down. We find another exit different from the one that we used to get in, which was, the entrance. We did find another exit / entrance. It's pretty much like a fucking hole that somebody knocked out of the wall. Almost looked like somebody had a tank, shot the wall, and there was just like a big collapsed part of the wall. I don't know how this thing fucking came down, but that's besides the point. So we pretty much go to jet out of that fucking, that hole in the structure. And pretty much I feel somebody grab my arm super tight. Like they grip my arm really tight, and they're like, where the fuck are you going? And I literally throw my elbow back, because that was my first reaction. Threw my elbow back. I hit something. So either way I hit something. Wasn't a wall, it was definitely a person. And I heard he made like a grunting sound, and I just hit the books. I just jetted all the way down the field, because it was in the middle of fucking nowhere, like in a field. And I jetted down the field. I see the light shining vigorously back and forth because he's running after me. And pretty much I jump in a bush, because it was like a pretty large bush that I ran into. So I kind of just jumped into it, / ran into it. And pretty much just sat in there, held my breath, waited for him to go by. He winded up saying, I don't know what happened, I think we lost him or something like that, to all his cop buddies, and they rejoiced, got back in their squad cars pretty much. So I ended up walking, and I was like, you know what, I need to meet up with my friends. I have no idea where they are. One of my friends, he ran track, so he was gone. Like Usain Bolt, just gone. And he had his own car, nearby. I don't know how. Oh, because had his car nearby because he met up with us later. So he came alone, and he had his own vehicle. Then my friend had his own. So pretty much started walking. He gave me a call, and he was like, hey, where are you? And I was like, I'm on blank street. I don't know what street I was on. Can't remember, but we'll say blank street. And he was like, oh, I'm on that street also. And I was like, okay. I was like, where are you? I'll see you. So I saw the Oldsmobile pull up. You know, he's riding real fast, and he's, you know, obviously looking like pretty suspicious. So, especially for what just happened. And pretty much get in the car. He's like, where's Nick? Nick was one of my friends that was up there with us. I was like, I have no idea where he is. And he was like, okay, well, we got to wait for him. And I was like, agreed, yeah, let's wait for him. Other friend came. You know, we had about 2 people in the car now. Still waiting on my other friend, Nick. And, you know, we look over, or I look over, and I see him kind of stumbling towards the car, and he's drunk. Like, he was pretty wasted. And, you know, he was underage, so, like, it's a big deal, but it's also not kind of thing. So he gets in the car, and he's like, I'm fucked. We're like, yeah, we could tell that you are. Like, there's no denying that. And right as I say that, the fucking car gets lit up by this fucking bright white light. I thought I was seeing heaven. Car just got lit up. Turn around, and as soon as I turn around, I hear tapping on the window. Guy has a fucking big floodlight looking thing, you know, and he shines it in the car. He's like, what are you guys doing? And he was like, we just got a call that there was some kids trespassing up in the old psychiatric building over there. He was like, that wouldn't happen to be you guys, right? And we were like, no way. Like, and we even fronted. We were like, we did see a group of kids like cut through here, and they looked like they were in a rush to go somewhere. I don't know what was going on. And he was like, all right, we'll follow up with that. And then he gets on his radio. He's like, da, 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 da. Like, you know, he's doing his whole cop lingo thing. And pretty much he's like, hey, buddy, how much you have to drink? My friend Nick is like, who are you talking to? He's like, I'm talking to you. How much did you have to drink? And my friend Nick's like, I barely drank anything. He was like, how old are you, son? And he's like, this age. I don't know. I think he actually said his real age. And the cop was like, well, you shouldn't be drinking. So what if I called, you know, your parents about this? What do you think would happen? He was like, well, that wouldn't be too good. And he was like, okay, well, I definitely think you drank more. Obviously he did. He drank a good amount. He drank about, 16, 20 beers, something like that. And he drank them pretty fast. So he asked me, I'm like, I think he had maybe 2 or 3. And he asked my other friend, he's like, yeah, I saw about 2 or 3. The cop's like, you guys are all lying. He didn't have 2 or 3. And he was like, I'm going to take you back to the squad car. He's like, we're going to do a sobriety test. And I'm going to do the breathalyzer. So he got out the car. He asked my one friend, not going to say names about this, but asked him, he's like, how much did he really have to drink? He was like, had to have been at least like 15, 20 beers. And I was like, damn, this man, he just dropped the bowl of soup right on the floor. So he pretty much just spilt all the beans all on his name. And he goes back to the squad car, the cop, and he's like, so I heard you had 15, 20. He's like, that's bullshit. He's lying. You know, the whole fucking argument ensues, you know, from the cop in our car. And the cop was like, all right, you're coming with me. No questions asked. You're going to the drunk tank for the night. And he was like, well, I'll go back to the car. I'll have them drive me home, and I promise I'll be all right. He was like, I'm good, you know, pleading with the cop. And my friend's like, yeah, I'll drive him home. And he was like, okay. He was like, I'm going to follow you guys. I'm going to make sure you get home. And he was like, okay. So pretty much escorted him back to the car. My friend turns around and he's like, you know, you don't have to fucking put those cuffs on me so tight. You're a fucking asshole. And the cop fucking literally jerked him around, slammed him up against his car. It was like, all right, now you're fucking going to jail. And that was it. We didn't see Nick for a day or 2 after that. And that was pretty much the story, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video, you can always hit the dislike button. Anyways, guys, I'm QZone, and I'm out of here. Peace.